Hey, it's Megan from Girls Gone Right.
And this is Peyton. And if you are not subscribed to our channel, guys, you better subscribe to our channel.
Or else.
But really, you should subscribe to our channel because you get notified for our next episode. So we just want to remind you, subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe
down below.
And hit that notification bell. So every time that we post a new video, you get a notification.
And
you're
you
like,
see our faces.
Oh my God, I got to go watch that new GGR episode. That's right. What's going on? Welcome to our pop culture segment. Today, we are talking about Barbie. Hence the pink. The Barbie pink that I'm wearing right now.
I didn't get the memo.
She did. I'm just kidding. So we're going to be talking about Barbie specifically because the new Barbie movie that's about to come out. It's pretty exciting, I guess. We have never had a live action Barbie film before. So this is the first one that's ever been produced and made. So it's kind of exciting. We've had animated movies in the past. I've never seen them, but I have definitely played with Barbie.
Wait, I've definitely seen throwback, like the OG Barbie Nutcracker.
Oh, yes.
That was my jam.
Yes.
That was good.
Yes. I remember that. But I have definitely played with several Barbies in my lifetime, as I'm sure you have too.
Oh, yeah. Barbie fanatic.
Yes. What little girl did not play with a Barbie? If they didn't, I'm very sorry. I will buy you one.
Sorry about that.
So let's walk through a couple of historical facts about Barbie, and then we'll get into what the movie in the premise of it that's supposed to be happening in it. I have this hair going on right now. It's a little frizzy. It was ponytail.
Just a little frizz
It was
today.
ponytail day. Sorry. Okay, so Barbie officially debuted March 9th, 1959 at the American International Toy Fair in New York City. And it was created by Mattel, which was co-founded by a couple named Ruth and Elliot Handler, who spearheaded the production and the introduction of the doll itself. And I have pulled these from Britannica.com. We'll link that in the description. Barbie's physical appearance was inspired by actually a German doll, which came from a German cartoon in a German newspaper. So the German doll was Bild Lily. I'm sure that is not the correct German pronunciation of that. But it was actually a dirty gag gift based off of a dirty cartoon in the German newspaper.
Wow.
I know.
I didn't know that.
Yes. When Barbie came out, she was introduced as a blonde, and they also released a brunette version. And in those versions, she was wearing the iconic zebra-striped bathing suit that was black and white, donned with the iconic top-knot ponytail that we all know and love, clearly. But right away, Barbie was faced with a lot of backlash and criticism for the way that she looked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Toxic, guys.
Well, it's just so
Unrealistic
toxic.
beauty standards.
Yes, exactly. Unrealistic body type, unrealistic beauty standards. She was criticized by, even before its release and debut as a toy in the consumer market, by an early market study of mothers claiming that the doll had too much of a figure. It's a doll.
Gosh forbid a doll looks sexy.
My goodness, my heavens. In 1961, in response to consumer demand, Barbie was given the ultimate accessory that we all know and love today, named Ken.
As we all know, men are accessories.
Men are accessories. We all know that. So we know Ken as Barbie's boyfriend. And this is actually kind of a creepy thing, in my opinion. The founders of Mattel, the handlers, their children's names are Barbara and Ken.
Wow.
Isn't that weird? That's
so
strange
weird.
to me, especially since Barbie and Ken are a couple.
Oh.
Isn't that weird? I'm sure that they didn't have that intention.
It's weird. I guess, like, if I made something being like, sure, I guess.
You know, dedication to your kids.
Yeah.
Sure. I just thought it was so
Yeah,
weird.
it's a little weird.
I've read that and I was like, ooh, what?
Turns out Barbie and Ken are brother and sister.
Oh, gasp. So following Ken in 1963 is when we were introduced to Barbie's best friend, Midge, who is going to be in the movie. I don't remember Midge at all. I called my mom and asked her about her first experiences with Barbie, and that was the first thing she mentioned was Midge. And in 1964, we got her little sister, Skipper, which I'm more familiar with Skipper. And then by 1968, the toy company issued friend dolls of color, but it wasn't until 1980 until the first African-American Barbie. So little history lesson for that. Again, in the 1970s, when Barbie started to face hard criticism for her lifestyle. We're still talking about a doll, by the way, a doll. And being too materialistic, cars, house, like the Barbie dream house, clothes, unrealistic body proportions. Fun fact, 1994, Finland researchers found that if Barbie was a real woman, she would not have enough body fat to menstruate.
Yes, I remember seeing all of this on the internet. They made a large doll of what Barbie would look like, and her waist is so tiny she wouldn't have a rib cage. That. Like, it was all these things that why Barbie could not be a real person. Obviously, she's a freaking doll.
It's a doll. I mean,
what?
Did you make a paper doll real?
It's a toy. Yeah, like, a gingerbread man. Men don't actually look like this. You cannot call him a gingerbread man. He's way too round and square.
Oh my God.
He's just too filled out. So it's kind of crazy that people would take a toy and think that it needs to look real.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry, have you seen the real baby dolls?
Yeah, they don't.
They're freaking creepy as crap.
Yeah, but there are some baby dolls. Obviously, it doesn't look like a real baby. That's fine. It's called a toy.
I mean, then you have those dolls or the plush like dogs they're like purple and tie-dye with the ginormous eyes.
This cannot be a stuffed dog because it has to look exactly like one.
A real dog. Oh. Mattel changed the body mold for Barbie on several occasions in response by giving the doll smaller breasts, a wider waist, slimmer hips, and then 2016, we got 3 additional sizes of Barbie: petite, tall, and curvy. Ugh. So
they had to be inclusive. They caved.
Oh, we're getting there. So I find this to be extremely contradicting because it is more likely to me that the people that were complaining about Barbie not being the average size of a woman are probably the same people that, I know I always harp on them, but they are very prevalent in pop culture. Same women that probably worship the Kardashians and the way that they look. And there are so many women out there idolizing over these head-to-toe fake body types like Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, even Kourtney, even Khloe. All of them are just head-to-toe fake from their face all the way down to the hips. The ass we know is fake, all of it. So it's like you're complaining about a Barbie doll. However, you've got somebody like Kim Kardashian who looks more like a real doll every day with all the procedures that she has done.
I think actually it's scientifically proven Barbie is more real than Kim Kardashian.
I believe that. So it's the same women that complain about unrealistic body types of a doll. They did not complain about the fact that the doll they once played with provided an alternative restrictive in the 1950s gender roles. That's just strange to me. So according to Britannica, our source, unlike baby dolls, Barbie did not teach nurturing and was outfitted with career paraphernalia and was a model for self-sufficiency. I mean, this girl was on an airplane. She was a pilot. She was an astronaut. She was a teacher.
Barbie has a 500-page resume.
I mean, she's an Olympian. She's a presidential candidate. I mean,
it's the point that girls can do anything they want.
But you know what she never was?
A mom?
A mom.
No, I thought there was a pregnant Barbie. There was a pregnant Barbie. I'm not crazy. Was it not Barbie? No, it wasn't Barbie.
It was not Barbie.
Was it Midge? It was one of her friends. It wasn't Barbie that was pregnant.
It was never Barbie.
Okay, you're right.
However, I had to dig a little deeper because I was like, wait a minute. I remember having a little girl, Barbie, that I had named Kelly.
Yes.
And I remember Barbie pushing a stroller.
Yeah.
In one package. Come to find out, Kelly was the baby sister of Barbie and Skipper.
Wow.
Yeah. So she was never her daughter, which I assumed when I was a little girl.
So Barbie has like 500 plus jobs and she's never been a mother. However, there was another Barbie that they had, a pregnant Barbie. It wasn't Barbie, but it was by Mattel. And she was pregnant. But why not Barbie? Again, toxic femininity.
Mm-hmm. So Kelly was introduced in 1995. And despite Barbie being packaged with Kelly in the stroller, it was his sister. It was Kelly's sister, not Barbie's daughter. So weird to me. So now we get on to the diversity hires.
DEI got on Barbie's ass.
Oh, yeah, they did. So on Mattel's website, it says 35 skin tones, 97 hairstyles, and 9 body types, and counting, as well as images of boys playing with Barbies.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. The woke got them.
Mm-hmm. And what I'll say to this is that I don't think there's anything wrong with having like an Asian-inspired Barbie doll. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a Black Barbie doll. I don't think there's anything wrong with having different ethnicities of Barbie at all. What I think is very strange are the ones that I'm about to list off. Down syndrome Barbie.
So this was interesting because other commenters have been giving their perspective on this, and some, like Matt Walsh, said that it wasn't a bad thing. He said he actually appreciates that there was a Down syndrome Barbie. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't think that this is something that should be canceled. Mm-hmm. It's very realistic, and there is people that are affected by Down syndrome. It's nice to have a doll that makes them feel like this represents me.
Sure. And I see both sides. And that's why like I'm kind of straddling the fence on this one. Yeah. To me, obviously, I don't have Down syndrome. I don't have any family members that have it. I have known people that have had Down syndromes and have children with Down syndrome. So I can't speak from experience. But as a consumer and as having played with Barbies as a little girl, I knew that Barbie was not real and that Barbie was a fantasy and that we were playing dolls and playing in a fantasy world of something that we imagined in our head that we might want later in life.
Yeah.
So to me, I guess it's when I see something like a Down syndrome Barbie, I can understand and respect the fact that they just wanted to have something that was very inclusive into that.
Yeah.
However, I feel like it's also pointing it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it is. And in a sense, you're right. I do see that side that it is a doll. It's a toy.
Yeah.
It's playing pretend.
Yeah.
And also, just because Barbie is like an astronaut isn't like, oh, well, she's an astronaut, so I have to be. I've never once thought that.
Yeah.
Playing, it's like using your imagination. Just because Barbie did something and was an Olympian, that didn't make me want to try to get in the Olympics. Never once thought that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I guess it's just, I feel like it's more of a corporate, yay, like we did it.
Yeah. We can't get canceled now.
Yeah, it was more on their behalf than it was anything to bring any sort of support to people with Downs.
Wheelchair Barbie.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that one? Then I don't know. Then we're going to have to redo the Barbie dream house because it's not wheelchair accessible.
No, it's not. It's not handy-capable.
Yeah.
I'm the same way with this one.
Then we're going to have to redo the car, the boat, the dream house. Also, why isn't Ken in a wheelchair?
There is a Ken in a wheelchair.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a Ken in a wheelchair.
Look at that.
So for every different type of these that we'll go through, there is like a Ken version.
Thank gosh.
Yeah. There's a Ken version, there's a kid version, there's everything.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if they don't fix up this Barbie dream house and make it
handicapable,
wheelchair accessible, then Mattel's gonna get canceled.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way on this one with the same approach that I had with the Down syndrome Barbie. I think it's great. You know, if Barbie's going to be an Olympian, well, there are Paralympians. Yeah. So have it represented,
now,
sure.
I think diversity and inclusion is great, but what's not great is this, what we're seeing is not diversity and inclusion. It's being forced down people's throat, and it's the leftist ideologies that are being shoved at people.
Yes.
And companies are afraid of being canceled, so they do it. They shut their mouths and they just do it because they don't want to become Bud Light, which is now being completely wrecked because they took it too far. But they don't want to absolutely tank their company and be canceled, so they're afraid. So they just do it to like, okay, we did it, guys. Fine, let's just do it. Let's push it out because we don't want to start any drama. And I will say they haven't made, actually they did make a transgender Barbie.
Uh-huh. They sure did.
Well.
I mean, I haven't played with the transgender Barbie. I haven't lifted up the skirt to see what's under there. But
they have to get bottom surgery, or I'm not considering it a real transgender Barbie.
They have to have
commit to the movement, or don't do it at all.
They have to have the scars for me to even consider it to be real, because it's a doll and it has to be real. No, you're right. It's more of a selfish benefit for these companies to do something like this than it is to actually support these communities and these people that have needs. Yeah. But yes, there is a Barbie. They have Barbie tribute dolls, and one is to Laverne Cox, who is a transgender.
So I know that this is on YouTube, so I'm going to dance around this topic. But why is it that they're making one on transgender? Because if transgender women are women, then Barbie would be them, no?
Yeah.
Why do we need a special doll placed in the same category as Down syndrome and wheelchair? Is it because transgenderism is
special?
Perhaps, does that make you special needs if you're a transgender? Because that's what Mattel put it under.
That was a question, YouTube, not a statement.
This is a question. I'm going to be very careful of how I address this, but they put it in a special needs category as if we needed to step out of our way to make a different Barbie to appeal to this market.
Yes.
Because if transgenders are just men and just women, and they, it's just a flip-flop of their gender, then why isn't Ken just a man as it would be Dylan Mulvaney? Answer that, Mattel.
Riddle me this. Riddle me this, Mattel.
We're detectives over here.
I just think that pushing transgenderism, even in the form of a Barbie doll, is entirely inappropriate for a child. Even if this is a collector's item, which I know there are plenty of adults out there that collect dolls, which you're weird.
Oh, yeah, I would love to collect that one.
Red flag. Whoop. It's just not appropriate. Like, kids don't need
You don't want to show your children a woman with a dick?
No, I don't. Chicks with dicks. No. I think it is inappropriate. And here's what I'll have to say. So when I was younger, and when I say younger, I mean a kid, like 6, 7, 8, even maybe 5, I loved RuPaul. Absolutely loved RuPaul. But you know what? I didn't know RuPaul was a man. He had me fooled as a little girl. I thought that was a woman, and I thought, she is so pretty. And my mom had to delicately tell me, Megan, that's a man. And I'm like, no, that's a girl, Mom. Look, she's so pretty. She's like, no, sweetie. That's a man dressed as a woman.
You're like, oh.
I know.
So why is she so pretty?
It's just, that's what we call drag queens. And that was my first introduction to drag queens in a very appropriate manner because I saw it. I didn't understand it. My mom wanted to correct me right there on the spot to let me know that was not a woman. That was a man dressed as a woman. Because I still love this movie to this day, Tu Wong Fu, with RuPaul, Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, and what's his face? Anyway, not important. They dress as drag queens in the movie, and they're like the manliest men. John Leguizamo. They're the manliest men, and it's so obvious that they're men dressed as women, but they go to this small town, and they try to trick the small town that they're actually women, but they know the whole time.
No, I've seen it.
So it's not a great movie by any means. It's just really silly and funny. But I used to love that movie because RuPaul was in it. And my mom would be like, you know that those are men, right? And I'm like, okay, well, now I do. But there's a difference between what my mom did and what's being pushed right now. My mom educated me in a way that was appropriate. She just said, no, that's a man. He's dressed as a woman. And I'll tell you why later, like when you're old enough to understand why they're doing that. But now we're like talking about sex changes. Who you are as a person means that you have to identify as this. Your sexuality is everything. Your sexuality makes up the content of your character.
So here's the thing. Who you have sex with is not your personality trait.
No.
And without this, we would not have the pride community. Like, I'm sorry, you being bisexual is not a personality trait.
No.
And if you didn't have that, you'd have no personality because these people have taken over the movement so much that they wear it on t-shirts. If you weren't who you have sex with, then you have no personality left to you, apparently.
No, because it's all you have to talk about. And also, it's not a biological trait either. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just because you
separate who you have sex with from your personality. That's just set that aside.
Hi, nice to meet you. I like to have sex with men.
Yes. Hi, nice to meet you. You can call me they, them, and I am.
Where's the rest of you?
I am. Yeah. It's like, is this just part of our bio now? Like, I have to tell everyone whom I'm having sex with. Everyone must know. If they don't know, then how will they understand me as a human?
But also,
I don't know what cisgender is, but why do I need to know that? I don't know what it is, and so why are you telling me? What is this information I need to communicate with you? I don't. Is it a different language? Maybe there's a language barrier, and I have to know.
Well, the question, the question that keeps coming up is why? Why? I have to tell you. Why do you feel the need?
I have to tell everyone.
Why?
And I have to wear it on a shirt. I have to.
Why? Like, I don't want to know. I don't want to, like, that's not something I need to know. I didn't ask. I also didn't ask you to teach the kids this either. Why do you feel the need to teach children this?
Everyone has to know about who is having sex with whom.
I think it's what does Crowder say?
People are very bored and need to find new personality traits.
Friction preferences.
Yeah, that's it.
I remember the first time he said, I was like, oh, that's so good. Friction preferences. Yep. Yeah, we don't need to teach kids this. We definitely don't need to have kids playing with toys that promote it. Like, share that later on in life when they understand what's going on. Then we have curvy Barbie. Is it plus size Barbie or is it curvy Barbie?
Yeah. I don't know. It depends if she has to buy 2 seats on a flight or 1.
Ooh.
Like curvy Barbie only needs 1.
Burn.
Plus size needs 2.
Yes. Curvy Barbie. Again, here we go. Barbie is a doll. It is a fantasy. I remember when girls were having plastic surgeries in the 90s and in the early 2000s to look like Barbie because it's a fantasy. There's nothing wrong with wanting to look slim and have, a full-sized chest and a nice waist and a nice hips with a nice butt. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So why do we have to cater to every body type when it's a fantasy? It's a doll.
Yeah, maybe someone should tell Curvy Barbie about caloric deficit.
Yeah, and send her to the gym.
Honesty is the best policy, guys.
Just saying.
And that's sure, if you're a little curvy, that's fine. But like, let's not promote obesity. No. Let's call it like it is. You're not big boned. That's not a thing. Everyone has similar size bones. They're not extremely larger. It's not a thing.
It's just how they're proportionate in genetics.
Yes. And we just shouldn't be promoting obesity. You should be a healthy body weight.
Yes.
No excuses. I don't care. Like, health is very important. And when we glamorize people like Lizzo, what is it saying? It's fine to go ahead and stuff your face and have high blood pressure and diabetes and put yourself at risk for all of these diseases. Yeah.
Well, plus size models are not plus size anymore. They're obese.
Yes.
They're just obese. Plus size used to be...
Plus size wasn't big enough.
Plus size was very different.
Yeah.
Even 5 years ago.
And then they're like, no, bigger.
But that's not even plus size anymore. It's just
morbidly obese size models.
Morbidly obese.
Yep.
And listen, if you are overweight, if you're considered to be obese, I feel for you. I do. If you're on a path to get healthier, yes, I feel for you. And I'm here with you through that journey and that struggle to get to where you want to be in a healthier lifestyle. But if you are doing nothing and you're promoting it on social media and telling everyone that that it's okay and it's fine. Like, yes, you can love yourself and the body that you have and also want better for yourself. Yes.
And that is really important. And it's not self-worship. It's not self-love. It's just wanting the best for yourself and the people around you.
You're going to live a healthier, longer life if you live by a healthier lifestyle.
You're going to be in your kids' lives much longer. It changes how you show up in everyone else's life.
Yes.
So there's a difference between, fat phobia. It's not fat phobia. It's I truly want the best for you and I want the healthiest life for you.
Yes.
And so I'm encouraging that.
And just as we've talked about before, we think that slut shaming is a good thing. I don't think the body positivity movement is a good thing.
No.
I don't think it's a good thing. What I don't think is okay is for people to go and be mean in comments about people that might be overweight or obese. I don't think that that's a positive thing or a great thing to do. Don't do that. Instead, encourage them. Encourage them to seek somebody that can help them get on a regimen to get to where they want to be. And sometimes they just don't want to, and that's on them. Cool. But we don't need to be promoting obesity, especially kids' toys. Yeah. Okay, hearing aids, Barbie.
All of it.
It doesn't necessarily bother me or anything. I just think it's kind of strange.
Like, why does Barbie have a hearing aid?
Like, I think this should be an add-on.
Barbie her insurance is
an add-on accessory. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We should have like hearing aids, Barbie. We should have like hearing aids for Barbie. Because again, I feel like this is just making a point for the company itself. It's not really making a point for the deaf community. It's just like, we're doing this for ourselves to make us feel better.
Yeah.
Then we have Barbie fashionista with vitiligo.
I remember the models that have this have been posting about it.
Yeah.
And they did a lot of PR for this, as they do with any woke Barbie that comes out. They want to find an influencer that has this to promote it.
Yes.
So I have seen people posting about it, and that's fine, whatever. But it's them just bowing down to DEI.
Yes. Yeah. It would be different if like it was a limited edition type thing, I guess. And these models, there's that one model, I think her name's Piper or something. I don't know. She's beautiful and she has vitiligo. And if you're not familiar with what vitiligo is, it's a pigmentation of your skin where you start to lose the melanin and the pigment in your skin, and it goes in like symmetrical patterns on your body. Some dogs have it too, and animals have it too. But so like if you were to lose it on your face, it would be very symmetrical, like around your eyes, and then it would spread down. It's all pretty much symmetrical in your body. Again, what percentage of the population has vitiligo? And why are we making a whole line of Barbies?
Yeah, again, a toy that's not realistic, that is fantasy, that is for play.
Yeah. I mean, why are we catering so hard to percentages of populations within our main population that is so small? Yeah. So small.
And not that there's anything wrong with this, because that's not what we're saying. It's just the fact that they are bowing down so hard because they're so afraid of getting canceled. They're afraid of being on that canceled list. And it's perfectly okay to have a business and sell your product and keep it the way it is without putting the woke ideologies or doing something different or feeling like you have to put pride shit on everything. Yeah. Because that's what everyone else is doing. You don't have to do that. If you're selling a product and you just want to sell your product as is the idea that you came up with, that's fine. You don't have to slap a gay pride flag on it if you don't want to. And if that's not your business model, don't do it. You don't need to put culture all over your product.
I remember the pride flag actually was kind of cute and pretty. It was just rainbow.
The rainbow used to
now it's just
be biblical.
Ugly.
It means something in the Bible, but, it got retconned, so.
Well, I just don't even, they're going to run out of room on that flag. They just keep adding stuff to it. And I'm like, it just looks like somebody vomited all over your flag. So now they've created all these other flags, a bajillion flags.
Yes.
Can't keep up. So those are just a few of the diversity hires that I came across on Mattel's website. But now let's get into what we know about the Barbie movie that's about to come out. The premise of it is Barbie's been kicked out of Barbie world and she's trying to figure out life on her own. Sounds like a plot twister. But again, as I mentioned before, this is the first live action Barbie movie that we've had and that's ever been produced. And the cast looks great. I think that they could not have picked a better Barbie and Ken.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. I'm excited to see them work together on screen and just to see them as Barbie and Ken because it's going to be adorable. But the movie is definitely playing into these DEI crap with the different variants of Barbie and Ken. They've got, based off of the character roles, they've got Supreme Court Justice Barbie, President Barbie, nurse, doctor, lawyer Barbie. It seems like this is going to be a toxic feminist movie, like toxic femininity. We get toxic masculinity all the time. This one I think is going to be toxic femininity to emasculate men because you've got all these successful Barbies and then you just got Ken. Ken doesn't have a job. Ken has no profession. It's just Ken.
Yeah. I don't they gotta get back at men, apparently. We have to make up for all those years that women were oppressed.
It's dolls. Oh my God. I can't take it. It's freaking dolls. Dolls. DOLL. Doll.
Fake.
It's a doll.
Not real.
It's not real.
It's not real life.
So
but
like,
as we know, the left has a very hard time separating reality from imagination.
Valid. Facts. Yeah, so that's my take as far as what we know about the movie. It just seems like it's going to be pumped full of propaganda and toxicness. And look at this. Look how successful these women are that are not real. But look at Ken. He's so stupid. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm probably going to go see it anyway, just because.
We're going to go see this.
We're going to go see it, react real time.
Yeah, just because, honestly, Barbie is iconic. It's something that you grew up with and played a big part in childhood. So it'll be really cool to see that on screen.
Yes.
And also, everyone's going to be talking about this. It will be all over the place. So
we'll probably do a follow-up episode after we see it.
Yeah.
Do a movie review for it. Maybe it'll get canceled by us, not by the libs. So yeah, that's our take on Barbie. Just a little history lesson as we move into the coming weeks and coming days before the movie comes out. If you go see it, let us know. And again, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. We see you watching.
We know that you're watching.
We know.
We will find you.
We know.
And we will make you subscribe.
I will Liam Neeson your ass.
Subscribe to our channel, guys.
Yes.
We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening. And let us know what you think in the comments.
We'll let you know when we see the movie, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.